Now, she's talking about Egypt. She's talking about Iran, okay? And then she says, you know, what they do is they stood and they marched. She's reading this thing, and it seems to be, or at least pretends to be, completely oblivious of what just happened 4 paragraphs before. The woman is a menace. I mean, you know, whatever she learned at Yale Law School, where she shares the laurels with her husband and with the likes of John Yoo, I mean, it wasn't justice. It may have been some laws or something, but even those laws are sort of applicable only if this privileged class of dignitaries say they're applicable. You know, I do a little aside here. I was reading cables 2 months ago from Tunisia, and there's one from the ambassador talking about this splendid palace that he was treated to dinner at, and it was just really over the top. They had frozen custard flown in from Algeria, and they had a tiger in a cage, just like Saddam Hussein's son used to have. And he reports this, and then at the end he says, you know, the people are suffering, and they don't have enough to eat. Okay, now reverse that and have somebody from Egypt or Algeria or Tunisia reporting from Washington and having attended the wedding of Hillary Rodham Clinton's daughter, okay, in which over $1 million was invested. It would be the same thing, you know. Americans can't find a job.
And you've got one of the sons of the banksters that are robbing us that she's marrying.
Yeah, they fund these weddings and so forth. So, you know, it's just a matter of time. I think Noam Chomsky was on Amy Goodman this morning, and I think he's got it right. They'll do this to us as long as we sit back and say, oh, well, you know, not doing it to me. Do it to those upstarts like McGovern, you know, or like other people like that.
Well, Ray, we're absolutely. We're almost out of time with you. I want to commend you for what you've done, and others should obviously follow in your example if they have the courage and understand how high the stakes are if we don't start saying no to this open corruption, but not just after they drug you out, right before they drag you out. And we were playing the clip earlier. She's talking about the Egyptians standing up, getting involved, the internet, and then how horrible Mubarak was to cut the internet off. But then meanwhile, it's all over our news. The feds just shut down 84,000 innocent websites this week. They're openly calling for an internet kill switch. They're openly saying the government needs to be able to redirect the entire internet or part of it to their messages if they see fit. I mean, we see a real move by the old line corrupt corporate media and government circling the wagons against the American people because they know the type of flare-ups we see in Egypt and Mexico and now in Wisconsin are coming to every city and town in America. What's your take on the internet kill switch and the trial balloons being sent up to sell us on getting rid of the free web, and the Pentagon saying that we're about to be hit by internet terrorists and that we need to get rid of internet freedom because of the Stuxnet, when it's admitted that Israel and the U.S. launched the Stuxnet? They've got a lot of bravado to launch the attack, admit tacitly they did it, and then call for the end of the internet freedom because of their own attacks. Are you worried about a false flag on the web?
Well, you know, I'm not technically proficient enough to be intelligently worried, but when I look at all the other things that are going on, and when I know things that not many Americans know, the Pentagon guy who runs all this stuff, his name is Keith Alexander, and he was head of NSA and still is, and now he heads up this cyber war new agency. Now, why do I single him out? Because he lied through his teeth. When a congressional member of the House Intelligence Committee, went out to see him and asked him whether they were snooping, whether they were eavesdropping on Americans, he said, "Oh no, we would never do that." Too bad for him, but the New York Times had already told the White House that James Risen's book was coming out with chapter and verse about this activity. So he lied to Congress. That's a felony, okay? Now, the congressman in question called him on the carpet and said, "Look, you're never going to get another promotion." And guess what? he gets another promotion and another agency. So you've got a bunch of very corrupt people there, and they'll do whatever the likes of Hillary Clinton and, I'm sad to say, Barack Obama tell them to do.
Ray, I know you're extremely busy today. We're going to break, and if you can't do it, that's fine. But I'd like to come back and do 5 brief minutes with you on Iran saying they're sending ships to the Med, and on just a snapshot, since we talked to you last week, on your take on what's happening in the Middle East. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, we only got 45 seconds before the break. Tell us about Consortium News.
Well, I'm very proud to have found a run by an investigative reporter, I think, is probably among the 5 best in the country. His name is Robert Perry. He had the guts to quit his profession as a writer and analyst for AP, for Newsweek, for Frontline, because they wouldn't let him up his own website in 1995.
We're going to talk more about it on the other side. It's consortiumnews.com. We're with Infowars.com. Stay with us. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 5 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey Guy will include 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping. An $87 value, yours free. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Look like an angel. Ray McGovern, a former top CIA analyst to Ronald Reagan, George Herbert Walker Bush, Vietnam veteran. He is our guest for 5 more minutes. Iran's state-run TV, Press TV, has confirmed they are trying to get gunboats through the Suez Canal, trying to get permission from Cairo right now. Israel calls that a war provocation in the Jerusalem Post and AP, and says they may respond with force. So I guess everybody else is allowed to have warships in the Mediterranean, but I guess this is some type of blockade. What do you make of that and other developments? Give us a quick snapshot on that, Ray, of what's unfolding right now in North Africa and the Middle East.
Well, the short answer, Alex, is that there's a big loser, a really big loser in what's happened over the last 4 weeks, and that is Israel. For the last 32 years, they've had no reason to worry at all about their western and their southern flank, and that gave them free rein to do what they've done against Lebanon, against Gaza, against the West Bank Palestinians, and so forth. They can't depend on a secure southern-western border now because, the situation is totally new in Egypt. Now, everyone says they want a democracy in Egypt. Even the Israelis say that, but they don't really, because you know what a democracy would mean. The polls show that the Egyptians hate the Israelis. Why? Not because of their vaunted democracy, but because of their policies. And so unless Israel changes its policies toward their Palestinian brothers and sisters, the brothers and sisters of many of the Arabs in Egypt, and there are 80 million people there, of course, unless the policy changes, they stand to countenance a neighbor to the south that has strong feelings about what they do to other Palestinians, to the Palestinians in Gaza, for example. Now, how does that translate into your question? Well, if the Israelis want to mount some sort of provocation to divert attention or just to show their muscle, they could easily cause a crisis in the Suez Canal or nearby on pretenses that the Iranians are actually causing the provocation. I would hope that Obama would put a bug into Netanyahu's ear and say, look, Benjamin, we're not going to come to your aid if you get involved in a war with Iran. But I have no guarantee, Alex, that Obama has enough backbone to say or to do that. And so the initiative, once again, is in the hands of those Israeli leaders. And if they see it to their advantage to stir up things in the Middle East, they're going to go ahead and do so with the full expectation that our Congress, in the influence of the Israel, or with the Likud lobby is what I call it, will applaud and pass an approving measure by 420 to 10 or something like that. So the situation is dicey, and the reason it's dicey is because Israel has lost an awful lot here, and I don't know what they'll do to redress their position. But I can't visualize the Israelis sitting back and say, it's going to be really interesting to watch Wolf Blitzer on CNN and you see what's going on. No. Suleiman, the torturer, he was their man in Cairo. He doesn't seem to be in the picture anymore, but I don't know where he is. Maybe he's in Sharm el-Sheikh consulting with other Israelis. And in other words, they have plenty of influence there. They have plenty of people upon whom they can depend in Cairo. And it's going to be really interesting to see what they choose to do. Not whether they choose to do something, but what the Israelis choose to do in reaction to what's happened to them.
So definitely conflict in the Middle East is moving towards the front burner.
Well, I hope not, but it looks like it could. There's a degree of instability there now that did not exist just a short 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Ray, we're out of time. Thank God you didn't have any bones broken. Go with God. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks a lot, Alex.
All right, we'll be right back with the Internet Takeover.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Diamond Gusset is proud to announce the anthem of the Patriot Movement. They're offering a free CD, T-shirt, and bumper sticker with a qualifying purchase. Diamond Gusset offers great products at great prices while keeping Americans working.
I'm looking for a factory where a man can feed his family. Not worried about them moving it south, closing the doors and shutting her down tomorrow. I'm looking for America.
We're American and be proud. Go to gusset.com/America.
The land of the free and the home of the brave. Seems like I just woke up one day and it was gone, long gone. But I know in my heart it's still
Again, go to diamondgusset.com.